So today we are taking a look at a watch from one of my favorite brands, RZE Watches. They are taking advantage of Seiko's new affordable GMT movement. Quite a few other brands have too lately. There's lots of cool GMTs coming out in that affordable segment, but RZE have hit a home run with their Ascentus GMT. Big thanks to Travis from RZE for lending this into the channel for a bit of a test drive. Really appreciate that. So let's get to it and check out the watch. Now, I'm kind of a sucker for Thule watches like these. One of the big reasons I'm such a fan of the brand, this version of the watch is I would describe it as a mustard yellow, but there's four options to choose from, which all look great. There's also a black, a blue, and a white version of the watch. These watches are using bead blasted grade 2 titanium with ultra hex coating, which gives them a hardness of up to 1200 Vickers, and that goes for the case and the bracelet. Couple cool things happening with the dial. One is just the color. I think this yellow looks awesome. One great little detail with it, and this goes for all four models, is they all have color matched date wheels. When it comes to watches, it's the little things like that that really elevate a watch to the next level, I find. The hour markers are applied, and the markers at the 6, 9, and 12 have that split to help with orientation of the watch. You'll see here in a minute, but especially in low light. Overall, a clean and balanced dial layout. The hands have a gunmetal tone, and we have the yellow GMT hand, which you'd think would be tough to read against the yellow dial, but it's actually not too bad, especially with it having the white loom. The loom is really good, and pretty well everything is loomed here from the hands to the markers and bezel. I will say the bezel does fade slightly quicker than the hands and markers. We've got two loom formulas happening here, and it's pretty neat that those split markers at the 6, 9, and 12 are using both colors. The bezel is a 24-hour DLC coated bezel. Not sure how hard it is to make these bidirectional. Seems most smaller brands end up using unidirectional bezels on GMTs, and that is the case here. I will say the action is pretty good for a titanium watch. They sometimes end up sort of having a cheap tinny feeling, but this isn't bad at all. Now, we've recently looked at a watch with this movement, but just a quick recap. Running the watch is the Seiko NH34 automatic GMT movement with a power reserve of approximately 41 hours. Just unscrew the crown here. In the first position, you can manually wind the movement. Pop it out one click. Clockwise on the crown adjusts the GMT hand. You can see that yellow hand moving around the dial. Counterclockwise will change the date. Pull it out to the last position, and we can adjust the time. The crown, by the way, is a nice sized crown, and with its knurling, it is very easy to grip and use. The case is an angular case design with great lines giving it that tough, rugged look. The lugs are pierced for easier strap changes. And speaking of straps, the bracelet that comes with the watch does have a whole lot of flex, and at first I was a little unsure about it, but speaking with RZE, this was intentional to get a very comfortable bracelet. They succeeded on that front 100%. If you've ever worn the SKX Jubilee, this is very comparable. The thing with the SKX Jubilee is the links are hollow, so it's lightweight and flexible. This is also lightweight, being titanium, and it wears awesome on wrist. The clasp is well constructed, and we have a total of 6 micro adjusts to help get that perfect fit. So I'll just hit you with the numbers here quickly. And as far as case size, the case width comes in at right around 39.1 millimeters. It is a little tricky to measure this, but that's what I'm getting. The lug to lug, 46.1 millimeters. Lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 13 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire with an anti-reflective coating, and the water resist on the watch is 200 meters. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist, and it wears so comfortably on this bracelet. The bracelet totally contours to the shape of your wrist, and it's a cool look too, almost like a flattened out Jubilee. Between the GMT complication and the spec sheet this offers, this would make for a great travel watch or just even a good everyday wear. Cost for one of these is 549 USD, and these will be available on the 1st of November. I'm actually filming this on Halloween, so hopefully I can get this out by the 1st, but they should be available right now as you're watching this, and I'll leave a link to where you can find them below. So that is it. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.